Welcome to Golf Simplified. 14 clubs in the bag, and no idea which one to grab. Today we fix that, every club, what it does, and when to reach for it. You stand over your bag and it stares back. Woods, hybrids, irons, wedges, a putter. It looks less like sports equipment and more like a medieval weapon rack. By the end of this video, every one of them will make sense. Here's the one idea that unlocks the whole bag. Clubs are a sliding scale. A longer shaft and less loft means more distance but less control. A shorter shaft and more loft means less distance but more control. Every club is just a different point on that trade-off. One honest note before we start. Every distance in this video is a rough average for a middle-of-the-road amateur, given in both yards and meters. Your numbers depend on your swing, and your numbers are the ones that matter, so treat these as ballparks, not gospel. One more thing before we dive in. The rules of golf cap you at 14 clubs, no more, in the bag at once. That's why every slot matters, and why smart golfers build a set that covers the whole distance scale without any overlap. Think of your bag as 14 careful choices, not just 14 sticks. One quick note on what clubs are made of. Steel shafts are heavier and stiffer, giving better feel and control, which is why most irons use them. Graphite shafts are lighter and more flexible, adding clubhead speed, which is why drivers, woods, and hybrids usually use them instead. Start with the big one, the driver. Biggest head, longest shaft, and the least loft in the bag, all built for one job: maximum distance off the tee on long holes. You hit it off a tee, and only off a tee. A driver carries anywhere from about 200 to 260 yards, that's roughly 185 to 240 meters, but it's also the hardest club in the bag to hit straight. Here's the secret no one tells beginners: you don't have to use it. Teeing off with a more forgiving club is completely allowed, and often smarter. Next, the Fairway Woods, usually a 3-wood and a 5-wood. Big rounded heads like the driver, but with more loft and a shorter shaft, so they're easier to control. Their specialty is long shots, either off the tee or from a good lie in the fairway. Expect roughly 180 to 235 yards, or about 165 to 215 meters, with the 5-wood being noticeably friendlier than the 3-wood. For a lot of beginners, a 5-wood off the tee is the easiest, most reliable long club they own, a genuine driver replacement. Then come hybrids, a clever cross between a wood and an iron. They were designed to replace the hardest clubs to hit, with easy launch and lots of forgiveness. If you've seen our hybrid video, you already know these are a beginner's best friend. Hybrids cover about 160 to 210 yards, roughly 145 to 190 meters. The rule is simple. Anytime you dread pulling out a long iron, grab a hybrid instead. There's no shame in it. Even the pros do it. There's one more long game option worth knowing: the driving iron, also called a utility iron. It's a low-lofted iron built like a hybrid on the inside, favored by better players who want a long club that flies lower and stays out of the wind. For most beginners, a hybrid still does the job more easily, but it's good to know this club exists. Now the irons, starting with the long irons, the 3 and 4 iron. Low loft, longer shafts, built for long approach shots. They're also, traditionally, the hardest irons to hit well, with a small sweet spot that punishes anything off center. They travel about 160 to 200 yards, or roughly 145 to 185 meters, the same range a hybrid covers far more easily. So the honest advice for most beginners: replace your long irons with hybrids. If you keep them, use them only from clean, cooperative lies. The mid-irons, 5, 6, and 7, are the workhorses of the bag. Balance distance and control, they're your bread and butter clubs for approach shots into the green. If any club feels like a normal golf swing, it's these. They carry roughly 140 to 175 yards, about 130 to 160 meters. The 7 iron in particular is the classic club to learn the swing with. Balanced, forgiving enough, and endlessly useful. Reach for these on your medium-length approaches. Short irons are the 8 and 9 iron. More loft, shorter shafts, and a bigger, friendlier sweet spot, so they launch the ball high and land it soft. These are where accuracy starts to matter more than raw distance. You're looking at about 120 to 150 yards, or roughly 110 to 135 meters. Think of these as scoring clubs. When you're close enough to attack the flag, the short irons are how you do it. Easier to hit, and built for precision. Quick detour into iron design. Cavity back irons hollow out the back of the club head, spreading weight to the edges for a bigger sweet spot and more forgiveness, perfect for most players. Blade irons are solid and compact, favored by low handicappers for feel and precision, but they punish anything off-center. Every set ends with wedges, and the first is the pitching wedge, with a loft around 46 degrees. It's a two-job club, full shots into the green from short range, and shorter chips and pitches around it. It's probably the club you'll use most for scoring. A full pitching wedge goes about 100 to 130 yards, roughly 90 to 120 meters. But its real value is closer in, the go-to club for short approaches and simple chip shots. If you only learn one wedge first, make it this one. Beyond the pitching wedge lives a small family of specialty wedges, and this is where your short game gets sharp. There are three to know: the gap wedge, the sand wedge, and the lob wedge, each loftier than the last. The gap wedge, around 50 to 52 degrees, fills the yardage gap between your pitching and sand wedges. The sand wedge, about 54 to 56, has a wide, bouncy sole built to slide under the ball and escape bunkers, and it's brilliant around the green too. The lob wedge, 58 to 60 degrees, hits the highest, softest shots, perfect for flying a bunker or stopping the ball fast. But here's the beginner truth: you don't need all of them. Start with just a pitching wedge and a sand wedge, and add the rest as your short game grows. And finally, the most important club almost nobody practices: the putter. Flat face, no loft to speak of, one job, rolling the ball across the green and into the hole. It's the only club you'll use on essentially every single hole. Here's the stat that should change how you practice: nearly half of all your shots happen on or around the green. That makes the putter the easiest place in golf to save strokes, and for a beginner, the fastest way to lower a score without changing a single swing. Even putters come in two main shapes. Blade putters are thin and compact, prized for feel and precision by golfers with a smooth stroke. Mallet putters are larger with more perimeter weighting, offering more forgiveness and easier aim. A great choice for beginners still building consistency. So there's the whole bag on one scale: driver, woods, and hybrids for going long. Irons for your approaches, from the tricky long ones to the friendly short ones. Wedges for the short game, and the putter to finish the job, from far and powerful all the way to short and precise. One neat idea ties it together: each club should carry roughly 10 to 15 yards less, about 9 to 14 meters, than the one before it. Stack them up and you've got a club for nearly every distance you'll face, which is the entire point of carrying 14 of them. But here's the liberating part: as a beginner, you do not need all 14. A smaller, simpler set will actually help you learn faster, because every club is a decision, and fewer decisions means clearer golf. A great beginner setup looks like this: a driver or a 5-wood, a hybrid or two, a 6, 7, 8, and 9 iron, a pitching wedge, a sand wedge, and a putter. That's it. That covers every shot on the course without overwhelming you. Leave the long irons and the extra wedges for later. As your swing grows, you'll add clubs to fill in the gaps, but starting simple is how you build confidence fast. The best club in your bag is always the one you know how to use. So match the club to the shot, favor forgiveness over ego, and never forget that the putter quietly wins rounds. Learn what each one is for, and the whole bag stops being scary. That's golf simplified. Now go play the club that fits the shot.